Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Thank you very much for clicking on it. I really appreciate it. Today we have a WOODZ comeback on our hands. I am very excited for this. WOODZ's last album was quite honestly a masterpiece. So very excited that he's back once again and with a new mini album as well. I believe the album's called, was it Colorful Trauma? I know it's Colorful something. Colorful Trauma. So yeah, looking forward to that. I'll be checking out the album later today over on Patreon if you're interested. My reactions to his previous albums are all over there as well. And yeah, like I heard a little bit of the highlight medley just while I was sorting out some stuff, and it all sounds amazing. Like I can't remember a lot because I literally like I realized I was listening to like what I was listening to and I was like, oh wait, no, I don't want to listen to this. But the little bits I do remember, it sounds really, really good. So I'm super excited for that. But first up, we have the title track, I Hate You, and the music video. And let me just double check if I've got the right captions on. Cool, wonderful. So yeah, we're gonna go through this, we're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna see what he's bringing for this next title track. Let's do it. Okay, so WOODZ, I Hate You. Like I said, aside from that, the little bit of the highlight medley that I heard, I haven't seen or heard any teasers. So MV teasers, anything like that, I haven't seen. So I don't really know what to expect from this song. I can't even remember what the little snippet that I heard in the highlight medley sounds like. The only one I can remember anything from was something about leather? Dirt on My Leather, because that's the first track, so I like that's the only one that I can remember anything from the highlight medley. So yeah, I don't know what he's bringing for this, but his last title track was there was a lot. It was overwhelming. But let's get into this. WOODZ, I Hate You. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I'm really loving this like pop rock resurgence we're having. Also, this Absolute Legends hair on the side. Oh, the layering on the vocals is super pretty. Hey. Ooh. Oh, that little break was awesome. Love the percussion here. I love how what they do with the production in that part is really cool. You best sing. Just like in the background. Oh, the drum fill! I love what they do on the second half of the chorus. It's always, I feel like it's slightly different every time, but it's like the same kind of thing, and it's really cool. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That was really, really cool. We're gonna go through it again, so I want to pause and talk about different bits, but yeah, what I was saying about how... Go away, spinny wheel. I hate the spinny wheel. What I was saying about like this like resurgence, right, of this like pop rock sound. You know, he's never been afraid to use like the guitars and the drums and like this more rock leaning sound. Like I feel like we've seen a lot of that from him, but this specific kind of vibe we are definitely seeing more of recently. I feel like there's been a few songs that I can think of off the top of my head that have come out either in B-sides or in title tracks that have had this kind of very pop rock, like, you know, throwing back to the early mid 2000s, you know, the kind of songs that you would see on the soundtracks of like high school movies and stuff like that. You know, it just... It's really, really cool because, you know, we've obviously had this very, very long retro resurgence, right, with the like very like 80s synth pop and synthwave stuff, and that's been great and I've been loving it. Like I'm a big fan of synth pop, so I've been having a good time. But like, you know, we've had a lot of it in these last... I feel like it really kicked off towards like the latter half of 2020. You know, with like Everglow's La Di Da and stuff like that. I feel like that was where it really, really kicked off. And then over these past, you know, this past like 18 months, 2 years, it's really... Whoa. We've seen a lot of it. And it's been great. It's been really, really fun. But it's nice that we're starting to see a new trend kick in. And it's still like, you know, it's still a throwback. It's still a bit of a throwback, but it's, you know, a throwback to a different era and a different style. And it's very refreshing, but also very nostalgic, and it's super cool, especially for like someone like myself who, you know, very much a 90s kid, spent like my first proper interactions with music were in those like mid to late 2000s, or early to mid 2000s, I should say. Those are like my proper experiences of being like, oh, this is what music is, because, you know, in the 90s, I was born in 94, so I don't remember what I was listening to when I was 6. But in those like mid 2000s kind of time, like, yeah, that was like the first time I was like, oh, sounds. This sounds cool. I like it. And when I could first start processing it and remembering it, and yeah, it's just such a nostalgic thing. And it was a lot of what I listened to as like an early teen, was this kind of pop rock sound, as I feel like a lot of people did. And I love it. I love it so much. I'm having such a good time with how much we're seeing of this kind of sound at the moment. Like, it's so nostalgic, but it's also so fresh because we're obviously coming off of like such a big stretch of a very particular kind of style. It's just great. It's like the best of both worlds. You're giving me a throwback, you're giving me this nostalgia, while also giving me like this fresh, bright, fun, intense, just energetic sound, and I love it so much. And he just does it so well, man. He's just so cool. WOODZ is just so cool. He's such an amazing artist, such an amazing musician, such an amazing performer. I have so much respect for him, and I love his music. And yeah, that was just great. That was great. That was a great time. But we're going to go through it again so I can like pause and process a little bit more. Music video, less intense and less dark than the previous one, but still, I feel like this is like, it's like a blend of, you know, the more intense side of WOODZ that we saw with like Waiting, and I need to remember the name of the song now because I have forgotten. Was it Bump Bump? I think it was Bump Bump. Yeah, the like brighter side that we saw with Bump Bump, it's kind of like mashing those two together, which is cool. I'm here for it. Anyway, let's go through this again. Yeah, let's just go through it again. I was going to say something else, but I forgot what it was, so. First things first. Like, this is super cool, but my anxiety simply could never. I am not a claustrophobic person. In fact, I do very well in small spaces. I like feeling like I'm in like a little cave. But that is a no from me. That is like, I'm sure there's some kind of like, you know, it's like the like inflatable like T-Rex suits and stuff like that. Like you're gonna be able to breathe in it, but like I'm seeing plastic bag over my face and I don't like it. But he kills it though. Also, I gotta give a shout out to Miss Man with the most incredible hair. I'm not gonna lie, I barely paid attention to the other two parts of this band. I was only looking at her because of that hair. But also, we love a female bassist. Yes. But yeah, this, I love this. This is great. His voice is just so good. I love that melody. Can I just say as well, my utmost respect for these people. Oh my god, that person's in heels. Oh, are they all in? Okay, no, they're not in heels, but these two are in heels. How long do you think they spent getting wrapped up in tape? They have been mummified in tape. I hate you, tape. This whole music video, a lot of it just feels like one of those, like, you know, those video compilations where, or like those objects and pictures and stuff where it's like things that are just weirdly uncomfortable to look at. You know, like a spoon that has a hole in the middle, you know, like stuff like that where you're like, it just doesn't feel right. But I have so much respect for it. You must have spent so long in that tape. God bless you. I hope someone made a little hole so you could have a straw and drink some water. Anyway. Yeah, this like little pre-chorus section, because obviously we have this very rocky pop rock kind of vibe, right, with the drums and the guitar and the bass, and then just for this little segment of the pre-chorus, all of that goes away and it becomes very poppy, and I think that's such a cool little blend because it gives you a break from this kind of, you know, more like pop rock sound, and it's just like, oh, you suddenly feel a little bit like lighter. That and it makes that hit so much harder. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the second half of the chorus, the way they switch it up sounds so freaking good. Like going into that more like delayed beat. I love this shit. Stick the leggy up. Also, how many of those like blood capsule things did he have to chew on during this video shoot? God bless. Ooh. Oh, it's even worse. They're in the tape and they're crawling under. I could never. I simply could never. Yeah, the percussion in this second verse, I don't know what it is. Like, it's fairly simple, but it's I love it. I love it a lot. Can really hear the bass in that second verse as well. Like, I know the lyrics are obviously not very bright and cheery, but I can't help it. Every single time it comes to this part, I'm like, hee. Like, it just sounds so light. I love that little run he does there. Ah, the little breaks is so good. The bridge is so pretty. These like in the background. It almost sounds like digitized bird tweets. Oh, I love that vocal in the back as well though. The whoo. Oh, that climax is so good, and the drum fill, it's everything. I've said this multiple times, in case you hadn't caught on by my reaction thus far. I love drums. It's one of the first things that I notice in a song. It's one of the first things that catches my ear. And when you throw in a good, tasty drum fill, I am on board. Ooh. I want to bop so much harder, but I hurt my shoulder again. So I can't. Yeah, that hits. That hits real good. I like that a lot. That is, as we would say, a banger. He's such a cool dude, man. Like, you know how I feel like there's like different ways of being a fan, like that, like you can have artists that you're a fan of that you just lose your mind over, and if you ever met them in person, like maybe you just collapse, you know. I feel like there are those that you might get starstruck by, you know, there's like all these different feelings. With him, it's kind of like, I just want to be his friend, I just want to hang out. Like, he's just so cool. I just want to be his friend. He's just awesome and talented, and he makes cool music, and I love it. But anyway, yeah, I enjoyed that a whole lot. He is an amazing artist. I love any time that he drops music. I would pretty much always have a good time. And like I said in the beginning, I am very much looking forward to this album, so I'm gonna hop on over and check that out in just a moment once I've edited this video and posted it. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of it. And like I said, if you're interested in my album listen, it'll be over on Patreon later today. But yeah, I'm going to end this one here now. Thank you guys very much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.